the class, I wanted to take this time to go over the homework for this particular module. So let's get started. So the homework that we're going to look at in this particular recorded segment is the one for Chapter 2, Problem 5, and this is found on page 78. And it reads, Nordtown Company is a marketing firm. The company's trial balance on August 31st is as follows. So we turn the page and we see the as follows. Here's the trial balance. All right, and then we have some transactions that took place. So it tells us during the month of September, the company completed the following transactions, blah, blah, blah. So we have September the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, blah, all the way down to the last day of the month. And so here are the requirements. You need to open accounts in the ledger for the accounts in the trial balance. So in other words, create a ledger based on the accounts in the trial balance. So that's why they gave you these names. And in addition to that, they want you to create the following accounts. Now, since we're using the Excel file, and this is why I chose to change to the Excel file, you don't have to create these. They've already been created for you. So here is the Excel file. And here are the ledger accounts that they're talking about. So we can see them here. So you didn't have to create them. They created them already for you. All right. So number 2, enter the August 31st, 2014 account balances from the trial. So what that means is you go up here to the trial balance and you take these values and you put them in the ledger. So we go back here and we see cash had $10,590 in it. So we go to the cash account and we have that information and we put the $10,590 in it. Let me bring up something really quickly because of course right here I'm showing you the answers, but I want to show the actual template, the blank one that you would be using. So they already did the hard work. They put the August balance in there. So you would go in and put the 10,000. What was that amount again? 10,590. So that's all you would do. Now again, remember it's a debit balance. We know this because cash, the amount, the 10,590 is on the debit side, the right-hand side. I'm sorry, the left-hand side. That's the debit balance. So accounts receivable, 5,500. So we go down to accounts receivable and put 5,500 there. We then go to office supplies, that's $610. So we put 610 there. Then we go to office equipment, that's 4,200. So that goes here. And then, I'm sorry, was that accounts payable? Oh, that was office equipment. And then accounts payable is 2,600. So we go here, accounts payable. Remember that's on the credit side. We put that there. And then capital is 18,300. So we go here, capital 18,300. By the way, we do need to put the account numbers 111. So you can go in and do that. You drop down, it's 1100. Oh, I'm sorry, 111. My apologies. And so accounts receivable is 113. So that's wrong. And notice if I did that wrong, notice here that there's a red asterisk. You guys see that? So that tells me, oops, Odessa, that's wrong. That was the wrong one. So I go back into it, select the right one. Now the asterisk's gone. So this is intuitive to indicate what you did or did not have correctly. It'll mark it with a red asterisk beside it. And you can go in and complete the rest. I'm not going to spend time doing that, and I want to continue showing you the process. All right, so now that we have that information in, we've put the balances from the trial balance to ledger. What does it tell us to do next? It says, number 3, enter the September transactions into the general journal. All right, so we look at the transactions on September the 2nd. We paid rent $650. So the two accounts that impacted here are rent expense and cash. So we go into our journal, and the date for this was 9/2. All right, so apparently that's not the date that they want me to put in. Let's see if it's 09/02/2014. What date do they want me to put in here? Well, I'm not picky about the date, so enter appropriate date. Oh, it already has September in there, so we just need to put, what was the date? 2. We just put a 2 in there. There we go. All right, so you see how that kind of helps? So we go here and we select the account that's going to be placed here, and this would be rent expense. The next account, that's cash. Remember, we paid the rent. And so the value of that was $650. And cash was credited. So then we go to the next one. That's number 3, receive cash from customers on account. So that would be 3. And so received cash from customers on account, that's accounts receivable because they're paying us. And the amount of that was $2,300. So then the next one, ordered supplies. Now it says we ordered. Did we pay them? It didn't say that we paid them. So I'm assuming, what day was that on? The 7th. 7. So supplies are increasing in our business. And I'm assuming we ordered them, we hadn't paid them, so that's accounts payable. So the amount there would be $380. Ah, that's wrong. Let's see, what did I miss? The 7th, order supplies, $380. See, the asterisk that's telling me something I did was wrong. Ordered office supplies. I'm going to say this is a no entry because it didn't say we purchased anything. We didn't purchase anything on account or anything like that. So if that's the case, then I will put 0 here and a 0 here. And notice my asterisks move away. So that was the correct response that I just put in there. You guys see that? All right. So we go to 10, build customers for services provided. So build customer, that was on the 10th. Build customers for services provided. So we didn't get paid. So that's accounts receivable. I billed them, but I did provide the services. So that would be some sort of revenue account, and the only revenue account sounding name is marketing fees. So that's what we'll put there. And that's $2,800. So then the next one, on the 12th, we made a payment on accounts payable, $1,300. So we paid, oh, what day was that? The 12th. Made a payment. Accounts receivable. So I'm sorry, accounts payable. So our debt is decreasing, accounts payable, and cash is decreasing because we made a payment. And that was for $1,300. We see that? So that's what we do. We continue going on and we do all of those transactions and record them to the journal. So after we've done that, we would go to number 4, post the journal entries to the ledger. So make sure to do the appropriate post referencing. So let's assume that we've put all of this information in and I can show you what it's going to look like. So this is what it's going to look like once you complete all of those entries. That's what it should look like. Okay. So the next thing you want to do is you want to take each of these lines and we want to copy it to the ledger or post it to the ledger. So the first one is rent expense, debit $650. So I go and find rent expense at the bottom. And I put in September, God, what date was that? The 2nd right here. So I put in a 2. And this was a debit. I don't feel like scrolling all the way back up. It was a debit of $650. So my ending balance is $650. All right. Now my post reference column, if you remember in your book, go back in your book if you can't remember, into chapter 2, the post reference is going to be the page of the journal, and we know that that is going to be, there's page 22, and so it was on page 22. So go back down here and we put journal 22, that's page 22. All right, and that's how that works. All the other cells, we leave it blank. Don't put anything in them. All right. I don't remember. What was rent expenses account number? What did they say? It was right here. 514. All right. So then we go back up to the journal and we put 514 here. And that's kind of like our check mark to show, okay, I've already posted this one to the ledger. Now I go to the next one so I don't do it over again. So I go to cash, and cash on the 2nd was credited $650. So I find the cash account and I put the date, number 2, and it was credited $650. So what's my ending balance? My ending balance is going to be the $10,590 minus $650. All right, so $10,590 minus $650 is $9,940. And an asterisk didn't come up, so I must have did it right. Had I put in something different, let's say 9,000 or 999, see the asterisk says, oh, nope, that was wrong. So 9940. There we go, and it disappeared, so that was right. All right, if I put something over here, it's going to put an asterisk. That means nothing goes there. Remember, we don't put anything over there. It shouldn't even be a 0, so I'm just leave it blank. There we go. And since I already messed around with it, it's going to mess me up. All right. So that was 111. So I go up here and put in 111. So I've posted that one, and I go to cash, and I keep doing that and keep going down the list and copying and posting those informations into the ledger. All right. So when you get done, it's going to look like this. This is what your ledger will look like. So see that? There's nothing on the credit side. The ending balance of $10,490 in your cash account. Ending balance of $8,700. Accounts receivable, office supplies, $910 worth of supplies, office equipment, $4,200, and so forth and so on. And so that's what it should look like. All right, notice these are left blank. We don't put anything in them. The ones that we do not use, we leave them blank. And so after that, we finish up our assignment by doing number 5. Prepare a trial balance. So remember, the trial balance is just the ending balances of all of my ledger accounts, and I list them in the order that they are listed in the ledger. So cash goes first. So I come down and select cash. And then the next on the list is accounts receivable, and I keep going, and I put their ending balances. And notice that it balances out at $30,900. So that is your first homework. I hope that you find this helpful. In completing the homework, please let me know if you have any questions.